All right, on to the good stuff. So in this lecture, we're going to find out who are your audience and what do they look like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find out where they hang out on Instagram so that later in this module, you can connect and promote your account directly to them. So I'm going to run you through a few exercises in this lecture, and I'm going to walk you through them and do them myself. So I'll be giving you a live demonstration of exactly how to define your audience and then find out where your audience is hanging out on Instagram. So first of all, defining your audience can be a tricky task. And one of the best ways to do this is to answer the questions that you see in front of you right now on your screen. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through these questions and answer them for my own personal business account. And I want you to have a pen and paper handy. And it's important that you do. I'll give you time to write them down. If you run out of time, feel free to pause the video at any time and write down your answers to these questions. But throughout this entire lecture, it's going to be a live demonstration, and I'd love it if you could do it with me, and I'm sure you'll see great results if you do this. So grab a pen and paper now if you don't have one already, or use the Notes tab in the Udemy platform app. So to define our target audience, we want to ask the following 4 questions. The first is, how old are they? Remembering for all 4 of these questions, there is no right or wrong answer. It's just your prediction of what your perfect target audience would look like. So someone who would buy your product or use your service, what do they look like? My target audience are between the ages of 18 and 35. So I'm going to write this down now. What gender are they? So my target audience are both male and female. If you run a cosmetics company, it might just all be female. If you run a nutrition supplement company for men, it might all be men. What countries do they live in? So do they live in English-speaking countries only? Mine do. Do they live abroad? Is it a traveling service? Do they live in the USA? Or do they have to live in a specific city if you are a brick and mortar company? It's important you write this down. So mine is English-speaking. What 3 best words describe your audience? Now this is a very important one because we're going to be coming back and checking this once we find your audience on Instagram, just to verify that they're the people you want to market to. So 3 words that best describe my audience are ambitious, optimistic, and entrepreneurial. Take some time to think about these words. Don't think too hard though. Make sure it's simple. Whatever comes to mind first. Think about people who've bought your products in the past. How would you describe those people? And then write these down. Excellent. So now we're on to the second step, which is discovering where your audience is hanging out. So now we know what they look like. We can go and find them on Instagram. Now, the best way to find out exactly where your audience is hanging out is answering these following 3 questions. Once again, I prompt you to write it down as you answer them because we're going to go live into the Instagram app after this and use all the details from the first set of questions and then this set of questions. So the first question for finding out where your audience is on Instagram is understanding what other products your audience buys or uses. So do you have any competing businesses that sell products to your customers? Or do you have any popular products in your field that you know your target audience would be purchasing or have purchased before? Make sure you write these down. I don't have any specific products in mind for my business, but any personal development product would go well in this category for me. So I'm just going to be broad and say personal development. The second question is, who does your audience look up to? This is a very important one. It's great if you could have 3 or 4 or 5 names, even up to 6 or 7. You want to make sure you still have high quality names. So don't try and go quantity over quality, but try and get at least 3 names in here. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to keep it at 1. And the guy that a lot of my audience look up to is a guy called Lewis Howes. So I'll write that in here. Finally, the most important question that you can ask out of any question we've asked so far in this lecture: if you could have 1,000 followers from any account on Instagram, who would it be? So if you could just click your fingers and you would have 1,000 followers from anyone else's followers, who is the most valuable 1,000 followers for you to have following your account? Meaning, who would you most like to market to? So mine would be Tony Robbins. So I'll write that down here. So the last strategy for identifying where your audience hangs out on Instagram is a bit of a bonus strategy. I wasn't originally going to include it, but it's going to be super effective for you. So it's in the course, and it's called the bonus hashtag discovery technique. So to find out exactly how to put this technique into action, all you have to do right now is answer the question, what hashtags would be appropriate for your business? So when you post your content, your photos, your videos, what hashtags would you usually use to describe your business? So if you sell handbags, maybe the hashtag handbag, hashtag fashion. Think about what hashtags are appropriate for your media and write down anywhere between 5 and 10 appropriate hashtags for your business. Mine are going to be hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag travel, and hashtag fun. So now we should have 3 sets of answers to the questions. What we're going to do now is dive into the Instagram app and see exactly how we use these answers to find out exactly where our audience is on Instagram, so that later in this module, we can connect with them and promote our optimized accounts to them. So here I am once again inside the Instagram app on my profile page screen. And this is going to be a 2-step process. So first we want to identify where our target audience hangs out, and then we want to verify if they really are hanging out in that spot. So to do the first step, what you need to do is you need to have the answers to the second set of questions that we just answered, which was, what products do your customers already use? Who do your customers already look up to? And if you could have 1,000 of any one followers on Instagram, who would you have? Using the answers to these 3 questions, I want you to come over here to the search tab. Go to the search bar and search people. I'm going to search one of my answers, which was Lewis Howes. You can see I've searched him before. If you hadn't searched a person before, just come in and type their name and they'll pop up anyway. So this was one of my answers, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Lewis Howes. I want you to find an answer to your question right now and then find them on Instagram. Once you're on their profile page, you can see that they're probably a very similar account to yours, or at least have some similar characteristics. Lewis Howes is a lifestyle entrepreneur similar to myself. So what we want to do now is we want to see how many followers they have. Lewis has 132,000, which is a lot of followers, which is really good because I have a feeling that these are going to be followers that I would love to have as my followers. And I'm going to show you how to connect with these people later on in this module. But for now, let's go ahead, click on their number of followers. So it opens them up as a list. And I want you to come down into the list. And what we're going to do now is use the first set of answers from the questions that we asked to verify if these people really are your audience and really would be interested in your business. So come down and just randomly click a name that pops out to you. First thing I see as I click the name is you can see that they have an Anthony Robbins quote as their bio. As I answered the question, if I could have 1,000 of any fans, who would it be? I answered Anthony Robbins or Tony Robbins. And so I know that this person right here is going to be very suitable to my business. I would love to promote or connect my account to theirs. Once you find one or don't find one, come back and click on about 3 or 4 or 5, even up to 10. You just want to make sure you know for sure if they are fans or not. So this guy doesn't have too much information, so I'm going to keep coming down. I like to pick very Western sounding names so I know that they're... Let's have a look here. So this person is Seeker of Joy and Sunshine, which is great. Therapist, loves Jack the Dog, Burgess, Paulo Coelho, wine, dancing out, and cartwheel. So I know they're into personal development. Paulo Coelho is a great author. And Seeker of Joy and Sunshine, things I love. So I think this person would be very suitable for my business too, which goes to show that these 132,000 people would all pretty much be suitable for my business. I'm going to come down here and see if I can find one more. Let's have a look at Daniel. See, there's a personal development quote in there, which is great. See if we can find another one. How about this guy? Life is an adventure. Excellent. Adventurous is one of my hashtags. Travel light, keep moving. Great stuff. I know that I've stumbled across right now 132,000 people who would all be interested in my personal development business. So I've hit the jackpot here. I hope you're getting similar results. If not, go ahead and try another one of your answers right now. So anything from the second set of questions, come back to the search page and type that in and see if you can find relevant groups of people on Instagram that you know would be interested in your account by verifying them against the first set of questions. Once you get one, or if you don't get one, what I want you to do is just circle the ones that are going to be appropriate for your business and put a line through the ones on the paper in front of you who aren't going to be appropriate for your business. This will make it really easy to come back to later in the module when we're reaching out, connecting, and promoting our accounts to these people. So your mission right now is to find 5 people on Instagram that have the audience that you want. So meaning 5 areas on Instagram that your audience hangs out, following this example right here. The second strategy, which is the bonus hashtag strategy, they will also give you areas where your audience hangs out, even though you might not know about these areas in the first place, like me and Lewis House. Is really cool, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now by coming back to the search page and then clicking the tag search area. And what you need to do is go back to the hashtags that you wrote down that would be appropriate for the media that you promote on your business page. And one of mine was entrepreneur. You can see that's at the top here. I'm just going to click that. And what happens is the 9 top posts, so the most liked posts for the hashtag entrepreneur, appear. And I'm going to click on the top one right here. And you can see this is a guy called Agent Steven. He has 14,000 likes on this photo, so he's obviously a very popular account. If we click on it, yeah, he has 621,000 followers. And I have a feeling that a lot of these followers in here are actually going to be suitable for my business too. So once again, you come in and you click on the name. If they don't have much information, just go back. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. A great personal development quote. Emma Stacey is definitely one of my target audiences. So what you want to do is you want to come see 4 or 5 people. I'd have to verify to make sure this guy is appropriate to my business. 1 from 1 is probably not enough. But right now I've stumbled across a guy with 600,000 followers who I would not have even known about unless I used this hashtag strategy. You can come back and click on another one of the top posts or use all of the other hashtags to identify accounts such as this guy, the Billionaire Inc. He has 126,000 followers who most likely be relevant to my business too. You can go in once again and verify using the answers to the first set of questions. Once you guys do this 5 times and have success 5 times, so I want you to have 5 names that you know you can come to who have a substantial amount of followers, say 10,000 plus, you can come to, and your target audience will be there waiting for you, because right now we're going to dive into how to connect with these people. So get those 5 people and I'll see you in the next lecture.